So today we're going to be talking about remote viewing satanic parties in Los Angeles and what they do. So I'm going to tell you a little bit real quick about remote viewing. I'm not able to control it. Okay. God gives it to me when he wants me to see something. And every time he does, it's not really a good thing. You know, I'm there to see it for a reason, and it's not something that I look forward to, because every situation that I'm in, remote viewing is not a good one. But let me explain to you what it is. So when I go to bed at night, I'll close my eyes, and I'll wake up, or I'll blink pretty much. And I'm not dreaming. It's like I'm looking through somebody else's eyes. So I call it God's point of view. So basically, like you're doing your everyday thing, you're cooking food, you're cleaning the house, whatever, but there's somebody else looking through your eyes. I'm not able to control anything. I'm not able to feel anything. I'm just able to see what's happening and kind of understand what you're thinking as well. I can't taste, touch, smell, nothing. I just can see through your eyes and I know what you're thinking. Now, this happens very rare to me. It's not like it happens all the time. And this is a very long duration. It's not like it's only for a couple minutes. It's for hours at a time. So the first thing was I was working as a part of the cleanup crew. Or not the crew, but I was like an employee of this party. So I wasn't a guest. I was somebody working in the backgrounds for them. So my position was, number one, was to find people. So what they do is, for these parties, they find homeless people in LA. That's a big reason why they ship homeless people from other states to LA. I don't know if you've ever heard of that before, but a lot of these other states give some money and a one-way ticket to people who are homeless that they want out of their state, and they send them to California. The reason for that is because they pick these homeless people off the street and use them. A lot of people get in vans and they never come back. So what I saw, like a glimpse of me in a van looking for people and luring them in. And then they give them a test, like an HIV test, a blood work, all that, in a facility, and promise them money. And they want to see if they have any sort of sexual transmitted diseases or any other diseases or any other issues. And based on what their issues are, or if they have none, it's depending on what they're going to be used for. So some of them will be used as like just a sacrifice. Some of them will be used in like prostitution type of ways, all for the same party. Okay. So it's just, I was there and it showed me a flash, and we're getting people, and then flash, we're testing people. And I'm looking at the eyes of an employee doing this. And then I got another flash and the party's happening. And it's upstairs. I'm not in the party. I'm downstairs, like in a basement, working. And my job was, so some of these rooms, you always hear about these satanic parties, right? In some of these rooms, there's people just having sex, like an orgy, and there's like other people where there's just all guys doing it and girls. There's some rooms where there's both. And you hear this in other people's testimonies. Like when you open a door and you see something, and they're like, they close the door right away. But they don't really talk too much about what's behind the doors. So behind some of the doors is just like the movie Hostel. The movie Hostel is a movie that was made, I don't know, maybe 20 years ago. I don't even remember. It's been a long time. About these people in like Germany or Europe who kidnap hitchhikers and people who are traveling. And rich people will torture them for money. And that's pretty much what they do here in LA. They torture people in a room. So you get to pay a certain amount, and they have a homeless person there, and you're able to do whatever you want with them. Torture them to death. And it's kind of like a demon slash sacrifice slash evil thing that they do. Now, there's all different types of sacrificing, but this is one of them. And in this dream, not a dream, but this viewing is what happened. So they were torturing people in these rooms with different devices, tools, blades, knives, whatever, and were torturing them to death. And then once they were done, the crew that I was in, they would get the body and they would throw it down a chute when they were done. And our job would be to hose all the walls and everything down for the next group to come in. So we would throw all the body down the chute and then spray all the walls, because the walls were like almost like a meat packing plant where it's easy to wash. So you spray everything, the floor, all down the drains, and then we would go get the room ready, and then we would go downstairs to where the tunnel would go where we threw the body down. You go down there, and it's also like a meat packing plant, but there's just blood everywhere. And the people who are working for them are just loving it, because they're just like, I guess they're like manifesting demons. And in hell, there is no blood. But here on earth, there is. So these demons are like ripping through these people to shreds, and like they're covered in blood, and they love it. And then the weird thing is, I don't know what it's used for, but they were throwing these, like the people that they were tortured, into like a grinder, like a wood chipper type thing. And it was going into this giant container that was labeled filler on it. I don't know what they were going to do with after that, or where that stuff would go, but all it just said was a huge container where all the body parts and everything was shredded up and grinded up, and it was going into like this huge container, and it was called filler. And the guys that were working there loved their job. It was disgusting, but they loved it. And I remember very distinctly them, like there was maybe 5 employees, right, working, and everybody's phone goes off, ding, 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 at the same time. And one of them screams, "Oh, looks like we got paid early," and everybody's cheering. And the guy who I was remote viewing through his eyes got his phone, looked at his phone, and saw a deposit for the night for working. The deposit was $200,000. $200,000 for working this crew for the night, for each person. I don't know why it was such a big thing for God, for me to see that it was $200,000. I've remote viewed a lot more of these parties, but I just want to kind of give this section of it right now. We'll do more later on, but you know, it's a sick world out there. These people are disgusting, and it's time for a change. You know, right now we're in a critical point, and we really need to make a change. I think everybody needs to pick a side. You know, I know we have different religions, different beliefs, and I think there's just so many things trying to divide us. But we have to come together. There's a war happening, and not between countries or between people, but between good and evil. And you need to pick a side. You're going to be on the good side or the evil side. And you need to make a decision and stick to that decision. Because you can't be in the middle. If you're in the middle, then you're automatically going to the bad side. You need to pick. Doesn't matter what your religion is, what race you are, what country you're in. We need to come together. Good versus evil. Okay, guys. Got more videos coming soon.